In June, the FDA approved Aduhelm, which is the first novel treatment for Alzheimer's in 20 years. And while the decision was contentious, I think it's an interesting case study on companies that are launching blockbuster drugs in complex treatment spaces. And so when you think about a novel disease-modifying therapy in Alzheimer's, there's a bunch of stuff that companies need to get right. So the first is there's a tendency to focus on the pill or the molecule. And in reality, suddenly we need to make sure that an ecosystem functions. And so we need to figure out, how do people get diagnosed and screened? Who pays? Do clinicians have the right training? What do care pathways look like post-diagnosis? And so there's a lot of complexity in just figuring out, how does the health ecosystem need to wrap around a new treatment and who does what? And in that mix, I think there's a tendency to really focus on logistics to the detriment of experience. So for patients and their families, suddenly having a new treatment actually changes what it means to have dementia, or what it means to be unwell. And they need a lot of help in understanding, given the changing treatment space, who do I turn to for what, and how do I access new forms of care? And so I think for organizations, experience can feel like a really fuzzy concept that's a bit untethered. And I actually think it should be really concrete. So great experiences in the healthcare are not about apps or virtual reality or AR. Great experiences are about making intentional trade-offs and choices over time that really prioritize the needs of patients and their families, in addition to what's just feasible or possible to get to market quickly. And so organizations can make a lot of progress by getting really clear on what it's like for patients and their caregivers today, what the progression of disease it feels like, and how a drug or a treatment experiences folds into that. And so I think when organizations are clear on that, they're able to make really intentional choices that balance speed to market with what's really going to work and what's meaningful for patients and their caregivers. And over time, as spaces get crowded and full of competition, building that experience well upfront just leads to sustained advantage, which will be really important for organizations.